Okay, I'm on a roll with the videos today. Yay! I don't know why I'm feeling like really happy and really excited. So, yay! That's always good when you get through that, that part of like really cleansing stuff, and then you come back up and you're like really excited to move forward with your creativity. So that's where I'm at. Letting go of unhealthy ego is the name of this video. And ego is okay to have some ego. Obviously, we live in the third dimensional reality, and so we operate with ego. But what is healthy ego and what is unhealthy ego? That is the question. And, this word gets really confusing because having a sense of who you are as a person, having a sense of your specialness and your uniqueness and your gifts and what you come here to contribute to humanity, that's all great. It's really good to love yourself, and it's really good to acknowledge and feel worthy and feel that you are here bringing yourself to the world. And so that is something that is a great gift, and you need to acknowledge yourself for that. So having a healthy ego, recognizing who you are and being that beautiful light that you are and shining that out is great. You can feel special and unique in your own way. And obviously you recognize that everyone else has that specialness and that uniqueness in them, and you can celebrate that in yourself and in everyone else. The unhealthy ego that I'm speaking of really kind of relates to this mold that we place on ourselves, this limiting. It feels very confining, okay? It feels like we set up this created little identity, which is the ego, okay? The unhealthy ego. It's an identity of who we think that we are in a limited form. And so when we're expressing unhealthy ego, what will happen is anybody that kind of comes across us as having like a different idea or something that doesn't match up with our limiting, confined way of viewing ourselves in the world, we will act out in unhealthy ways to protect that identity, to defend that identity, to not have to open our hearts more, okay? Because when we are expressing an unhealthy ego, we are, in a sense, unable to express the fullness of who we are and to love the fullness of who we truly are. We may say, maybe an unhealthy ego will say, oh, I love myself, and I'm going to acquire these material items to make myself, my limited self, feel better, because you don't need material items if you're really in tune with the trueness of your soul and you're shining that out, and that is good. What may be problematic is if you're expressing yourself in a very confining, limited way, and you've got to hold that space in order for you not to break down and go into the dark night of the soul. Okay, so when you go through the dark night of the soul, your ego breaks down. That's what's breaking down. That's what's being ripped from you. That's what is just, your ego is leaving, the unhealthy ego. All the ways that you held yourself in this limited space of, this is who I am, this is my identity, I am separate from everyone, and I can acquire more than everyone, and as long as I have what I need, then it doesn't matter what everyone else needs. This is unhealthy ego. I will have power and control over others so that others like me or, respect me or whatever. Whatever the limiting, unhealthy ego tells you, you have to hold that. So say you are having a lot of problems with letting go of your identity. If you say you like went to college and you got a really high degree, and now you have a really good job, and then all of a sudden like someone comes and tells you that the way that you've been living is all wrong, and like, here, not all wrong, but basically like a lot of the ways that you have believed that you were are incorrect all of a sudden. Okay, well, what do? You swing into your unhealthy ego and you defend that. You defend that life that you've been living, because it feels very threatening. The ego gets threatened by, hey, there may be more. Hey, maybe the things that you thought were real. It's not that you were wrong, but you were just peering out from a little tiny aspect of truth, because everything is really true, but it's like you were looking through this tiny little space that didn't encompass the whole. And that is what's keeping humanity limited. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people are walking around in their unhealthy ego, in what they feel they should be or they are, really grasping to this identity that needs to just go ahead and go. And when it goes, all the things go too. Everything, material things, jobs, relationships, it all goes. Everything that you thought you needed to be who you are in that limited identity will go, and it will go fast, and it will scare you so bad, because you'll be spinning in a very dark space all alone and not know what exactly you're going to be grasping towards. So, to experience a more healthy ego, or in a sense, it's not really healthy ego, it's more just finding the realness of your essence, your core, what you truly are, to express that outwards through this limiting confines of regular ego, is to recognize that, in a sense, we are all connected, we are all one. There is no division, there is no separation, there is no individualism, that we are complete in full love, shining in the very highest way. And in order to experience that love on a regular basis, and in order to really fully take in that love, we have to let go of this ego. And that process is the process. It's the death of the ego. It's the death of who we thought we were. That is the difficult part of this journey. Because you will go through every single thing you ever thought of as these processes come up, as this emotional purging takes place. These thoughts will come into mind, and you'll say, oh, wow, I thought that was true. No, that's not true. I'm letting that go. But when you let it go, you don't have anything else to take its place. That is the scary part, because when you don't have anything there to hold on to, what do you have? You have your inner being. You have your soul. You have the truth of you. That is all you have. And that is what the universe is trying to teach you in this dark phase, in this phase that you can't seem to get out of. You have to completely surrender and let go of any identity of who you thought you were in this world, and just go with it, and allow the universe to move through you, and allow this energy to just completely take you in, and trust that. And let go of anything you ever learned here on earth. Not everything, but pretty much. Pretty much everything that you've been taught in school, let it go. I mean, it's good to be able to read and do some math, great. Cool, that helps. That can be helpful. But I'm talking about all the other stuff, all the way that you related to yourself, to others, the things you learned about, history, and it's all limited. It's all limited. That's the thing. It's not that it's wrong. It just needs to be expanded. It's not that you're wrong in being in that ego space. It's just that you are expanding now to find more aspects of yourself and to really feel those things. And in order to get to that point, you have to go through the uncomfortable process here. And that's what we're doing. And we're doing this all together. And we have each other, and we can connect to each other, and we can be open with each other, and we can love each other when we're coming from a place of not having an unhealthy ego in the way, because an unhealthy ego creates boundaries. It creates separateness. It creates, I have to defend this that I am. It creates, I can't be open with you. I must hide my true feelings. It puts blocks on the heart. And we're here opening the heart. We're here shining forth the trueness of our being in every single way. We're perfect. We're beautiful. Everything about us. And just really opening to that and seeing that in others, and allowing this new awareness to really bring us together in unity. Okay, thank you so much for watching this, and I hope it was helpful. Have a great day.